my loves. Okay, so this is for Witches of Balance. And basically, we got a question. I am so sorry, guys. I have no makeup on. I'm on my way to work. We got a question about taxidermy. Okay, so my grandmother used to use bones and for readings. And I know it's in Santeria, taxidermy is very big. Snake skin, bones, deer heads. There's a lot of things. Skulls, a lot of things. One thing about it is very, very, very strong. The reason why is you're using either an animal, and in some cultures they do have human bones. Don't ask me how, but they do. And no, I do not do it. But it does work very strongly because you are actually pulling from somebody's bones, and therefore you're probably going to, when you're calling upon certain deities or entities, it's going to be very strong because you're actually using somebody's bones and their spirit along with it. Yes, that person has left, but I mean, if you're in Palo, Santeria, there's a lot of African religions, like, you know, if you're dealing with Orshas or, you know, anything, there's a lot of the folklore, the older, you know, back in the cloth religions that do use animals, a lot of animals, especially snake skin, different bones, chicken bones, different things. But it is very big, and hence the reason I was saying that there are a lot of videos that in Santeria or Palo that they're just not made. You're not going to find a lot of them. You might see the things that they're doing, but you don't know that those are human bones or those are actually animal bones, real animal bones, because the reason that they do it is that they actually get a better visual from it, or from the readings, or from whatever they're using those for. Even in different spell work, it actually does work. It's really strong. Do I use that personally? No. How do I feel about it? I'm kind of in the middle. If it has to do with like readings, you know, my grandmother had certain bones, and she actually had human bones. Don't ask me where she got them from, but she would actually put them in, there's kind of a wooden bowl, and then she'll throw them into that bowl, and she would do readings for people. And a lot of those questions are yes and no questions. Another big thing is cowrie shells. Those are really good, but they're not bones. They do the same thing. You don't have to use, you know, animal bones or human bones. I don't even think you could get human bones right now. But anyway, but I mean, these are when I'm talking about human bones, this is a lot of villages, small villages, third world countries use them, and I'm sure somewhere across Americas people use them, but you know, it would be considered illegal. But as far as taxidermy, you know, how I feel about it, me personally, no, I'm going to not use it. I don't use it. I don't need to use it. I use cowrie shells. I use tarot cards. I work a lot with candle magic, and that works for me. Now, if I just really needed to do something for somebody that required certain things, or I really just had an interest in learning that, would I do it? Probably. I wouldn't kill anything to do it. So I definitely have a problem with that. If you've seen my videos, yeah. But am I against it? No. If it has to do with your religion, your ancestors, your past, that's another big thing with, like, even in Santeria or Palo, it's dealing, the bones that they have are from their ancestors. It's not like they just go out and kill somebody and, or you know what I mean? It's not even like that. This is stuff from their ancestors, and they're calling upon their spirits to help them with their magic and their spell work and their religion and their path. So do I have a problem with that? No. And it's a very controlled thing. So yeah, I mean, I would believe in that. I would totally believe in that shit. But as far as me doing it and being here in America and not needing it, no, I don't do it. So that's how I feel about it. You could do more research on it online. If you research Palo, well, you're not going to see anything on Palo, but if you research Santeria, there are a lot of high priestesses and priests that actually do use bones. And in witchcraft and a lot of things, they do have snakes and stuff like that stuffed, and they use them. They actually use them in their spell work and stuff. So it is a very interesting topic. I appreciate you guys sending that question out and asking us to cover it. I don't have a lot to cover on it because I don't specifically do it, but I do remember my grandmother using bones, and I remember a lot of, you know, just in the religion and my path that, you know, with the high priestess and stuff that I've worked with, that they honestly, okay. In Palo, when I worked with the one high priestess and the padrino that I worked with, in their muerto is human bones. I hate putting this on. Okay, so it is human bones, but it's their ancestors. It comes from other countries, and they spend thousands of dollars to get that over to America. And I mean, I think the one that I worked with, she spent over 20 grand going over to Cuba, bringing everything over, and I mean, it had bones in it, and she would have to kill chickens, take the blood, pour it in the muerto, and feed it, and that is giving them their energy. Now, this is my thing. A lot of them don't have natural abilities. They're not naturally seeing their entities, their deities. They're not naturally seeing things, so they have to actually put extra things, and that's their culture. That's what they believe. But they're actually having to do a lot of extras to be able to answer those questions or to build that relationship with their entities and deities and, you know, their ancestors. And that's how they were raised and what they do. Me, naturally, I already see it, I already believe it, I already feel it, so I'm not over here doing any of that. I don't need any of that. But do I have anything against it? No, I don't, because I mean, I was around it and I did see it and I knew what was going on. But I mean, they usually, a lot of them fly over to their country and they have this stuff made and done, and they go through a lot of really, really, really detailed rituals, and then they come bring everything back with them over, and they always have private rooms for those areas. So it's very important, if you're going to do anything like that, you have private rooms for anything that you have dealing with that. If you're dealing with any kind of bones from ancestors, animals, anything, you don't want that out in your room, out where your kids can touch it, or any of that stuff. So anyway, that's my opinion, and thanks for leaving us something that we could actually research and talk about. And at first it took me off guard. I was like, what is that? But then I thought about it and I'm like, oh my God, that isn't a lot of the stuff I do. So yeah, thank you, and you guys have blessings. Have a great day.